You'd hope there'd be some kind of warning of impending failure, but right now there's not. So should we just get on with it?
Yeah.
Go on then.
You ready? So, hello and welcome to Junctions and Stuff, Season 2, Episode 4. And this episode we're looking at the year ahead in audio form.
We are looking with our ears.
So, we have to start by saying, for us, this is Episode 4, Part 2, because we've already done it once, and someone... had some technical problems.
Something had some technical... I didn't have any technical problems. The device that I turned... Okay, what equipment have you brought for recording this podcast?
The extension lead.
which we've only just needed.
Well, you could argue it's pivotal to...
Anyway, who are you?
So, I am Richard Watson of New Junction fame, and I am joined tonight by...
Adam Ely of no fame whatsoever, but I do run RailStuff. That is rail-stuff.com.
Shameless plug.
Yes.
And of course, as always, Junctions and Stuff is powered by a Curascale.
It is indeed.
Literally keeping the lights on.
I'm pointing at the sign again. I did that in the first take.
For the tape, we're pointing at the sign.
Oh, for the tape again. Yes, indeed. Yeah, no, I'm pointing at the sign. Thank you, Curascale, for all of your trust and belief in two morons sitting around talking about model trains.
Yeah, well,
in the middle of the night again.
Somehow we've ended up in the middle of the night.
I was like, I'm going to come over a lot earlier this time so that we can do all of our waffling and stuff. But no, it hasn't really worked, has it?
All best laid plans.
Yeah. And then your technical issues.
Your technical issues.
Yeah,
Details.
Something like that. Yes, it's good to be back.
It is, and obviously now we're in February as you're listening at home. So the topic tonight is the year ahead, because we're past January gloom and doom. We've been paid, and Adam, you go to self-employed, you pay yourself any time.
Oh yeah,
and then give it all to the tax man.
Yeah.
But the
At least
rest
that's
of us,
out of the way for a year.
the rest of us, mere employees, have had a payday. We can breathe a sigh of relief and look forward to what we're going to spend our money on, our pocket money on our hobby, which is always exciting, I think.
Yeah, and I think this is interesting in lots of different ways. I think you and I come at things from slightly different angles, because
we were trying not to snigger then.
No, it's your face. That was the problem. I don't mean that in a rude way. It was the face that you
charming.
I didn't mean it's your... okay, well, I'll go with that now. It was your face that was the problem. But
it often is.
No, we approach this from slightly different angles because I guess you're going to be excited about this time of year being big on announcements and that kind of stuff. Whereas
all the new announcements. We've had the Hornby range. We will have had the Bachmann range as you're listening to it at home, but as we're recording, we haven't yet. And then, of course, throughout the year, you've got all the... everyone else, so it's just new year, new products, new ranges. It's exciting.
Can I say, I would like to make a comment on part of the Hornby release that is not a model train.
Shoot.
So obviously part of that group of companies is Scale Electric as well.
That was fantastic.
I love a bit of Scale Electric.
That was absolutely fantastic.
And they put out in their release for this year, which I think they did on the same day as Hornby, they put out a 1999 British Touring Car Championship Nissan Primera, and I almost wet myself when I saw it. I mean, that is my era of British touring cars. That is just, I love it. The second I saw that, I was like, I need it. That's what it should be about, you know, that kind of excitement.
Dare I say it, a lot of us went into the announcement day thinking, right, we're here for trains. And then The trains came, and then of course you've got Airfix, and you expect nice models from Airfix, but Scale Electrics just absolutely walked all over out of nowhere. It's amazing.
Yeah, Scale Electric is just such an awesome product. I mean, there are other brands out there in the slot car world, and me and my dad built a sort of permanent slot car track a few years back during lockdown, and it's great. And the kind of digital stuff you can do with Scale Electric now, in terms of like the lap timing down to thousandths of a second, and that's just it makes Adam's young brain very excited.
Did you see Dan Everson's Scale Electric's layout?
Absolutely. And
that was incredible.
So now, I don't know if you saw, I mean, obviously this will be old news by the time we get to this podcast being out, but new news now, Dan's moved into his new unit. And he's very much still
third time.
Yeah. All on the same patch.
Yeah.
So he must have gone through every single unit on that site now. But no, he's still talking about tunnel slot lane car things. Tunnel lane slot cars.
Branding may differ.
Yeah, branding may be more correct than otherwise advertised. But yeah, no, it was great. And
for those at home who didn't attend the Great Electric Train Show to see his layout, he basically did a Scale Electric's rally circuit.
No, it was a Model World Live.
Model World Live, sorry. Yeah. And it was basically a scenic Scale Electric's track.
It was a rally stage.
Yeah, it was just...
It was spectacular.
Instantly, I wanted Scale Electrics.
Yeah.
That was what did it for me.
I love Scale Electric. And I know we've gone a little bit off tangent here, but being the huge motorsport fan that I am, Scale Electric really does do it for me. So, yeah, kudos for bringing a Nissan Primera British Touring Car Championship car out in that list. I was very excited.
But you see, this is you've almost demonstrated exactly the purpose of looking forward to these new announcements. Because although obviously we're leaning towards the railway side of things, any good marketing and whatnot should be about making people excited to what they could potentially purchase or create or build or.
And look, all you got to do is look at somebody like Apple. It's probably less so these days because they do it a couple of times a year, and it's there's not a lot they can do. But I don't know if you've ever watched it back in recent times, but just last year I actually watched the video of Steve Jobs announcing the iPhone, the very first iPhone, and you forget just how groundbreaking that product was.
There'll be youth now thinking there was an iPhone 1.
Oh, God. There will be. But seriously, if you haven't watched it for a long time, go and watch the video of Steve Jobs introducing the iPhone, and it is incredible. It's absolutely. And look, Steve Jobs was a divisive individual in lots of ways. But so one thing that a lot of people won't know about me is that some of my background is that I used to teach. So I used to do product training, and then I became a head of training for a company, and so I would train the trainers, and we had a global training team, and I then got to a point where I was teaching and training public speaking and presentation giving and things like that. When you watch somebody like Steve Jobs delivering a presentation, it is mind-bogglingly good. And you see things like when he announced the first iPod, and he did it by putting the iPod in his pocket and saying, I've got 1 million songs in my pocket, or whatever it was, and then pulling out the iPod. It's stuff like that is just, it blows my mind how these visionaries think. But it is generating excitement around your brand, around your product, and a big launch like that can do it. And whether that is, here's our roadmap for the entire year, or whether it's more of an Acura scale approach of, we're going to give you individual releases one by one. There's nothing more exciting than those big announcements, and people love it.
And letting yourself just sort of forget the world for a minute and enjoy the sort of almost the dream, the fantasy about what is being launched by anyone is it's nice.
Do you think, and without being negative, but do you think some of these launches have been hijacked a little bit by the naysayers these days?
Not so much, because I mean, I used to do it with motorbikes. That if I wanted one, and I couldn't afford one or couldn't buy one, you'd look around and you want to find the negative, you want to find the bad points, you want to see the comments, the negative comments, negative feedback and whatnot, because then you can make it right in your own mind. So you could say, oh, this so and so is heavy on fuel, for example, but you think, yeah, but that's fine because I can live with that. I know about it, so now I won't be disappointed even more because I know what to expect. So in many ways, that's part of the fun.
As we record this as well, just thinking about launches and launch seasons and things like that. As we record this, being the big motorsport nut that I am, we're right in the thick of all of the F1 teams showing off their new F1 cars for the first time, which is quite interesting this year because there's such a massive rule change and everything like that. I won't go off on too much of a tangent about that. But I remember back in the 90s when the teams had just ridiculous budgets and they used to put on the biggest, most ridiculous car launches going. The excitement that was generated around the new car, but then the stupid fanfare that you'd get around it as well was, yeah. I remember McLaren had the Spice Girls launch their car one year. Sort of crazy things like that. But there's something exciting about a build-up to a launch, I think.
Well, I'll have to ask at work to see if we can arrange the Spice Girls. Maybe one of them.
Probably not Victoria. I think she's quite busy at the moment. Maybe that's all been sorted by the time this goes out. No, probably not. Probably not. But yeah. All right. So obviously we can't talk about the launches that haven't happened to us as we record, but I suppose the main one that's happened so far is the Hornby one. Is there anything in there that sort of really made you go?
Well, it's always nice because a good launch always starts with speculation, and then you can sort of it's the you start to think, what would I really like? And I mean, for me, for example, in the Hornby range, you've got the Oxblood, the current Class 91, which there you go, fits my layout. I really want one, and now have to dream about it until they arrive. And it's just, well, it's the warm and fuzzy feeling you get from knowing that something you really want is out there being made.
It's do you think? And I don't know how much this has changed because I was sort of out of the hobby for so long, and as you know, I don't really pay as much attention to that side of things as you do. But has it always been the case that a brand will launch something at the start of the year and then say, "Oh, you might have it by the end of the year," or is that just like a really long wait?
It has been with Hornby. I mean, to be fair to Hornby, they always used to have the yearly catalogue. And then that became the yearly sort of video with catalogue. So they very much started it's a big event, the new range, they had the Airfix range, etc. Because, I mean, they're so big that they can have a dedicated catalogue for the year. Which, I mean, even when I was very young, used to get and then covered, used to read them front page to back page over and over again, circling every set I'd want every year. So it's always been an event, and then of course in more recent years, as we find ourselves with more manufacturers, more competition, etc., they're all vying for that for your pocket money at home. So these launches get more and more dramatic.
Yes.
Shall we say?
Yeah. I'm just thinking that, I wonder if anyone's tried the approach of not saying anything until the product's actually ready and then going, ta-da!
You actually, yes, Batman started to do that. I think it was last year, it might have been the year before, where they would have their announcement video. They'd say nothing, then they'd have their announcements, but for products which were... So the announcement would say be on a Wednesday, products would be in a shop on the Friday.
Wow.
Which, in one sense, is an incredible achievement in terms of getting all your pieces in line. But I think what they found potentially moving forward, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what their decision-making process is, but I imagine dropping a new loco or something which is several £100 on someone with 3 days' notice isn't enough time to appease most people. So
yeah, and I guess if you go back to the Apple example, then they can do that. They can say, "Oh, Mr. Retailer, we're launching a new iPhone on this date, and how many do you want? You want 1,000? I'll give you 20. And you could do that. This is a different world, but and that's the thing. It is a very, very different world. But also, I was thinking, I've done some work in the gaming industry as well over recent years, and particularly in sim racing, so motorsport games. There's now a habit of titles being released as what they call early access, which is basically, we haven't finished the game, but we need some money, so buy it now and we'll carry on finishing it with your feedback.
I don't know if that would work in the modern railway scene.
No, probably not. So
your loco's got no wheels, but
I suppose in the same sense, it's a little bit like, we'll pre-order it now, and then you can have it in X number of months. But that doesn't seem to detract from the excitement around the launches and everything like that, which is great.
It's nice to have something to celebrate what's coming as well. Whoever it's coming from, it's just nice to put the product on a pedestal for a moment and be able to just sort of have someone just sell you something you actually want. Yes. Because it's just nice.
I guess it's not just about products, though. What about for you and for New Junction? What do you want to achieve this year?
That is a deep question that I wasn't expecting.
No,
we didn't do that in the earlier trial attempt at this podcast episode. To be honest, it's I like where I'm at. I like where it's going. We've got a nice... the layout seems to be going at a nice pace currently. We've got new kits I'm managing to make for the layout. And then, of course, you're having a handful extra.
Yeah.
While I think it's going at a nice pace, I think that if I could just continue that, because it's a happy medium between... I don't want it to become a job. So the amount of time I get to put into it, etc., is nice. So yeah, I'm just at a happy point. So if that can continue this year, I'll be a happy man.
Yeah, that's a nice place to be in, isn't it? I'm happy. More of the same, please. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I don't know. I guess.
And then you'll sell some, and it'll be like, oh my, I've got to cut them down. Oh my word.
Yeah, that bit where you said you don't want it to turn into a job. I might have to try and make it turn into one, please. I've not really. Well, I say I've not really thought about this year. I've done nothing but think about this year, and I've got budgets and targets and everything laid out for the year ahead of me. But at the same way, I haven't really thought about what the end goal of this year is. It's just more growth, more of everything, really. Obviously, I'm launching modelpaintstuff.com as well. Shameless plug indeed. to try and reach some people outside of railway modelling, which hopefully might open some doors there. I'm going off to do a few different shows this year that I've never done before, both in railway modelling and outside of it. So I'm going off to the IPMS scale model live in Telford.
Yeah, good show that is for models.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to go there with modelpaintstuff.com and see how that goes. Hopefully, I'm going to the UK Games Expo at the NEC, which so Expo, one of my main suppliers, they went with MIG Ammo last year with another retailer. And they said that they just couldn't believe how much paint they were selling. It was just,
wow.
Hand over fist. Just...
I suppose that's a mainstay of that hobby.
Yeah.
Glue and paint.
Miniatures and tabletop gaming and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. So, yes, hopefully I'm going to get to that and see how it goes. That's another 3-day show as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, dare I say it as well, from the outside, obviously I'm a employee of a company wrapped in cotton wool, but you're obviously self-employed. But you're, from the outside, you're at the exciting stage where the world is quite literally your oyster, and the more you put in, the more you get out, and you can go in any direction with RailStuff and model paint stuff. Shameless plug. So it's that sort of exciting time. Maybe not for you so much because it's all unknown, but
it's exciting. It's exciting, but also terrifying at the same time. And you're right in saying that the more you put in, the more you get out. But it doesn't always scale up in the same way. So, as we talk, we're back end of January, and I've just done my tax returns and everything like that, which is for the year that ended in at the start of 2025. So you go back a bit.
That would be 2024 then.
No, because it's March 2025. So yeah, and when I look at that, my stock purchases went up by a certain percentage, but my sales didn't increase by the same percentage. So I put more into it and I got more out of it, but I didn't get as much more out of it as I put into it, percentage-wise, if that makes any kind of sense. So yes, it's exciting, and yes, to a certain extent, you put more in, you get more out, but you got to put more of the right thing in. And sometimes it's not just money. Sometimes it's how you do things and how you approach things. So I'm constantly trying to think of new things. But I said to you earlier, my problem isn't lack of ideas. My problem is lack of time and resource to execute all of the stupid ideas that I have.
Which is always a difficult step to manage, really, your own time. Nothing worse.
What was it I said to you earlier? I need to clone myself. But then I was terrified about how big the food bill would be. Big enough for just one of me, let alone several. But yeah, you're right. It is exciting. It is exciting. And this is the reason that you get out of bed every day when you run your own business, is to try different things and to see what works and see what doesn't, and all that kind of stuff. But when you've got a young family, it is terrifying as well.
Yeah, but you're the right person for the job.
This has turned into a therapy session again, hasn't it?
That's why you're lying down in the
on the chaise lounge.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Well,
But no, it's relevant because of the year ahead for you is very different to the year ahead for me in that sense.
Year ahead for me is, it's split into 12 different months in terms of online sales, and then it's split into 22 different shows or something like that. And each one of those, I need to see growth on. And I was very fortunate in the past year, as in if I look at calendar year of 2025, it was a very, very good year.
You're welcome.
Yeah, well, you helped. Yeah,
Someone bought a fence. Yay!
You know, and if I look at the year behind, then it was very, very positive. But it's not enough. So this year has got to be the same again, if not more. And it's relentless. It's absolutely relentless. But I sit here having... by the time this comes out, we will have just done Doncaster show.
How was that?
Well, delete as appropriate. It was absolutely amazing, or it was a bit difficult, or I'm never going again. Terrible.
Knowing Doncaster, it'll be a good show.
It has been the last couple of years, and it's actually, it's on a couple of occasions it's been a record breaker for me, which when you look at the show you wouldn't necessarily expect, but it's a great location for railway modelers. That part of the world is in the thick of it, really. So I'm looking forward to that. But obviously, by the time we get to this, I'll now be looking forward to March. And March for me is going to be a little bit nuts, a little bit...
Because you're doing Preston in March.
Yes, well remembered from the first take of this episode. It started to look like you're an expert and know it all, which has got a good memory. So Preston is where the month starts. Always a good, fun show, that one. It's also a relatively low-cost show for me because my in-laws live just outside of Preston, so I can stay there for the weekend. They're actually on holiday for the weekend, so I just get their house for the weekend.
Trash the place.
And then, so we've got Preston, and then there's two big ones in
you've got
March.
Model Scotland in Glasgow.
Yes, but the weekend before that is Ali Pali.
Of course it is, yes.
So they're back to back, and
that's one end to the other.
Well, it is, and also with them being back to back and Model Rail Scotland being a 3-day show, essentially Model Rail Scotland, I leave home at 6 a.m. on Thursday to go to it. Bearing in mind I won't be back until late on Sunday from Ali Pali.
Why'd you leave so early?
6 a.m.
Yeah, sorry guests, while I just question.
Because setup starts from 12 o'clock.
How long did it take to set up? I'll be leaving at like 10 and I live further away than you.
You've seen how long it takes me to set up. I will still be there later than you. I don't have a van of men turn up to build my stand for me and then just walk in with a suitcase of locos and go, that one goes there, that one goes there. Oh, there's a speck of dust on that one. Beep, 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 beep.
No, we stopped dusting. It takes too long.
Yeah. And even then there's... I almost swore then. Even then there's several of you to place your locos. Jesus wept. How long does it take you to set up?
Van of men. Deary me, that's going round.
You do have a van of men.
It reminds me of that famous gif of Kim Jong-un in a limousine with the bodyguard running beside it. Just to place one loco.
Hang on a minute. Are you comparing yourself to Kim Jong-un?
No, not at all.
Well, you're definitely not the bodyguard running next to the limo. So
or drag behind.
You're in drag behind it.
No.
Yeah. So Scotland is one of my favourite shows of the year.
Yes, and you're lucky actually this year because from memory you've got help from Aberdeen.
I do, yes. I've got.
This will stop soon because we didn't get any further.
We're in that. If there's a Venn diagram of how far in the past Richard can remember and how much we talked about in the past, we're about to exit that bit in the middle.
Yeah.
I have got a friend who lives in Aberdeen who's going to come down and help me for at least one day, maybe two, at the show, which is great because the Friday is bonkers in Glasgow. Absolutely bonkers.
So I think Glasgow is probably my favourite show of the year.
I do love it. The
people are lovely.
Yeah.
The fact it's 3 days and it's so far away feels like a bit of a hot train, not a railway holiday.
Shh, don't say that. God, if the missus hears this.
When I was a punter, I used to go up the East Coast and across from Edinburgh and then come back down the west coast.
Oh, nice.
And for a train lover,
Which one was best?
the east coast.
Oh, we're going to fall out again. Here comes another poll.
But then now, actually,
East Coast or West Coast? There's a poll.
Now, I tell you what, one year, right, the line was blocked, unfortunately, due to a suicide on the East Coast. I was doing it the other way around, and the Azuma was diverted down the West Coast. So we went down the West Coast on an LNER Azuma. Mm-hmm. And that was a box-ticking moment.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't go hop on the West Coast when it was diverted on the Settle Carlisle the other week as well.
Some of those photos of the Pendolinos around
spectacular
Ribblehead.
Yeah, it wasn't just and have you seen the footage of the new bridge being put in place over the M6 as well?
The one that's being pushed over slowly each day.
Yeah.
We don't. Or the country doesn't seem to talk about these massive engineering projects enough to celebrate them, because the skill involved in trying to work that out is just insane.
Yep. And it was completed half a day early as well.
Wow. Said no one ever.
And it was back open half a day early as well.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know how we got. Oh, Scotland. Yeah. No, I love going up to Scotland. I love going up to Scotland, and Glasgow for me is fairly straightforward, because to get onto the M6 for me is about 25 minutes. Once I'm on the M6, genuinely, my sat-nav says, your next turning is in 124 miles, SEC Glasgow. That's it. It is one road.
Yeah.
But once you get north of Preston, Lancaster, it is the most beautiful motorway in the world.
And of course, you've got the West Coast going side by side with the motorway, and you get to see Pendolinos and 66s, 88s.
Which way will you go? Will you go up
M6,
A1
same as you.
across? Or all right, so you go... Yeah. What, do you go across past Stoke, across the A50? And
that's what I mean. I quite literally leave 4 hours after you, and then
drive past where I've already
to my
left
hotel before 4 hours before you.
Yes, yeah, you do.
Because of my van of men.
Because of your van of men.
Carrying me around on a litter.
Oh, the images are fantastic. Oh,
but you see, this is interesting because both of us obviously are big fans of the shows, and we've actually got a big special guest coming in episode 6.
Haven't we just?
Spoiler. And he will be able to lay some real insight into...
He's one of the king of the shows.
I think he is.
Yeah.
I think he is. And he'll be able to tell us some behind the scenes. He'll probably kill it for us, but what goes into making these things possible? These huge exhibitions for thousands of people.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that, and not only because we're going to visit him and something quite special, but also the conversation that we'll be able to have about shows and things like that is great. I've spoken to him on a similar subject before.
I think I've spoken to him a couple of times previously. But
well, you definitely have. Yes, once or twice.
He used to keep me in his house.
Is he part of your fan of men?
No, definitely not. I was most definitely in his van of men. And thank you very much. We'll see you in episode.
I don't think you'll ever see us again at this rate. So
all will be revealed in episode 6.
Exactly. Well, not literally.
For the tape.
So going back to shows, what other shows are you planning on this year?
Well, we've actually got quite a few. So obviously your big ones, but smaller shows as well, more medium shows like Stafford.
Oh, you're back Chatham, at Stafford this year? Oh, you're going to Chatham as well?
We are indeed, absolutely.
I definitely need to talk to you about where you're staying at Chatham.
Because we try and spread the love, actually.
Yeah.
We'll be doing Darlington. So I'll be basically going to the Four Corners with Glasgow, Darlington, Chatham, Stafford, Birmingham.
Stafford's not in the corner, it's in the middle.
Well, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Are you doing Bristol?
No.
See, that would have been the other corner, wouldn't it?
looking into, as we're recording, I'm looking into Bristol, Taunton, that kind of thing.
I'm doing Bristol for the first time in 3 years this year. Another 3-day show.
Is it really? Wow.
Yes. And I've only done it once, and I didn't have a particularly good weekend, but there were circumstances. So therefore, I've decided I'm going to give it another college try this year, and go back to Bristol. But yeah, so Stafford Curry again on Saturday night.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah,
Only if you bring along the wagon yard and JS Models.
and only if you bring along James.
James, he's part of my team of men. Carries the bags, pays for the beer.
Polishes your locos.
That.
Yes.
That's me in a HR meeting without biscuits. You do realise that. Thank you.
It's all right. You'll take your own biscuits. That was nice when we all had a meal in Stafford. So I think we'll go back to the same one. It was good. Food was good.
But you see, that's what it's all about, though. These are, I suppose, we're behind the scenes, being part of the trade, but it's equally as fun for us to go to a show that it is for if you're just a regular punter.
It is until the show closes on a Sunday.
For you.
And then it's less
See
fun.
previous gag.
Then your van of men turn up, yes. I don't have a van of men. I just have a van and one man, which is me. And I'm a very overweight, unhealthy man with a previously shattered right foot, which causes me jip when I've been standing on it for a couple of days.
We've said this before. We're both fine, hefty specimens. Built for winter.
Yes.
Beach ready. November being the beach month. But, yeah. Don't do yourself down. This is a positive podcast.
Yeah, they kill me. Shows absolutely kill me.
You are doing it all on your own. I know we joke about Blood of Men, but as a, I suppose, self-employed business, everything is on you.
It's hard. There was one show last year that had gone okay, but not as well as I'd hoped it would. And then I had one of the roughest pack downs I've ever had. And that's where model railway community is good, because a good friend of mine, Mark from the Wagon Yard, stayed to help me. And then I don't know why you're smirking.
Because I'm sure that was the show where, as I was leaving, I got the text saying, "Where the f have you gone?"
No, I think
was that show? Or was that?
It was that show, and it didn't say where the f have you gone. My message to you simply said, "Bye then," because you'd left without saying bye, and I was having an absolute mare. And I looked down, and I was like, "He's gone! He's gone without saying goodbye." What I was having a bad day.
I'd assume one of the team would have come away on my behalf.
No! Did you not dispatch the van of men up to the balcony to say goodbye? That was particularly rough. And after we finally finished throwing everything in the hire van, Mark literally said to me, he said, You're not getting in that van and driving home yet. You need to come just zone out for a bit. So we went to KFC. But the point was that's where...
something else to look forward to.
You need friends around you. And, I've done similar things for Mark when I've gone, right, things aren't good. Let's sort you out or whatever. I just realised how that comes across. But... do you know what I mean? It's important to have people that have got your backs in this hobby.
It's basically just a load of hefty men taking each other to KFC.
Yeah, pretty much. That's why we love it.
So basically, let's strip away the fat here.
Well, no, that's
just
the
an
problem.
excuse for curry.
Yeah, curry, KFC. Mark and I are both solo operators, and generally shows are the last ones still setting up on a Friday night, and then we end up in a KFC somewhere very late at night, and then
Candles.
sloping back to the hotel very tired and
Full of chicken.
full of chicken, and then some of the first in there on a Saturday morning to finish off. And it's just it's brutal. And then you get to 10 o'clock on the Saturday morning, and you're like, God, I'm dead, I'm absolutely dead. Oh, doors are open, great. You can actually start then smiling at people and selling them stuff. I joke about it, but sometimes it can be tough. And you know that I was talking about Gets earlier. It was no problem of Gets as to why I had
Fantastic show.
a difficult. I love it. It's one of the best ones of the year. But I had a difficult weekend this year. Genuinely, on that Sunday night, I could have quite happily said, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. And there have been a couple of times, particularly in the last year, when I have literally been on the phone to the missus on the way home, just saying, I can't do this anymore. Physically, I can't, not mentally. Mentally I can, but physically, I can't do this to myself anymore. And people that know me and see me will probably have the opinion of, well, you could always do something about that and make it a bit easier on yourself. But
take card instead of cash, so you wouldn't be having to carry those giant sacks of...
Yeah, life isn't always as black and white and straightforward as that. But yeah, there have been some really tough shows, and that's why apologies now to anyone who has been in contact over the past year and invited me to their one-day shows. That's one of my rules now. I can't do one-day shows. I just can't do it. Not on my own. So apologies to those folk, but I ain't coming when it's a one-day show.
Simple as that.
Yeah, pretty much. The only one-day show I did was my own show, which
says it all.
But I had so much help for that one. It was fine. You
had a van of men.
I did. I had several.
Please tell me you went to KFC.
No, we didn't. We ordered a Domino's in.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, well, you were invited.
I was double booked.
Yes, indeed you were. I still haven't decided if we're doing something this year. I think we probably will.
Let me know and I'll book the day off.
Yeah, I already gave you the dates, even though I hadn't decided whether I'm doing it or not, because, I wanted to book you ahead of time. Anyway, we've deviated slightly.
But no, that's exciting, though, because, I suppose in your line of work, shows are pretty much your only time you see people face-to-face and
yes.
talk to the customers. And
I see Wendy in the post office on a daily basis.
Good old Wendy.
Wendy's great.
The day that post office doesn't open.
Thursdays. They don't open on Thursdays.
Ah.
Yeah. It's a small town where I live.
It's an odd day to close.
Yeah. I mean, they're closed on Saturdays and Sundays as well. But they're also closed on Thursday. And
3 days off, blimey, you're doing well.
And they open late on a Wednesday as well. As in, they don't open till 12 on a Wednesday.
Oh.
That's fine. Because I post stuff in the afternoon anyway. I don't think people need to know what time I go to the post office and see Wendy, do they? But that's where we've ended up. But yeah, I see Wendy and then I see people at shows and that's about it.
But you see, it's all things to look forward to.
What, Wendy or?
Well, opening again on the Friday. You can breathe that sigh of relief.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, shows are a massive part of this hobby. Definitely.
They really are.
And I know, although the topic isn't just shows, I think shows bring new announcements, new products, new rolling stock, etc. So they all sort of fall into that nice category of what's to come in the year.
They're focus points, aren't they?
Yeah.
In the same way that other industries have their big trade shows or big events of the year where brands focus announcements and things like that. That's what these big events do. Is they focus.
They're great social occasions.
They are, and do you know what? It is interesting to see the difference in atmospheres at different shows. And I won't talk about shows where I find there to be a bit of a negative atmosphere or a strange atmosphere.
That was just your one-day event, wasn't it?
But there are some shows that just have just a completely unique atmosphere. And let's go back to Scotland again. That's one of them. It has a great atmosphere, that show, and I love it. And actually, not because of anything that I did, but the RailStuff open day that we had in December had a really lovely atmosphere to it because it was an open day rather than an exhibition, and just it gave people so much time to talk. And there were some people there that you could whip around the couple of displays and stands in 20 minutes if you wanted to. It wasn't big, but some people were there for hours and hours and hours because they were just soaking up the opportunity to sit and chat to people and have a brew, and it was more of a social than anything. And
it reminds me almost of the sort of live steam scene or garden railway scene where people would go round to someone else's house, and although you can take the railway in like you say 10-15 minutes, in reality you're there for the social all day.
Yeah.
Eating cake, eating tea and whatnot. And then
eating tea,
drinking it as well even. Do you not eat tea in where you're from? Forgive me, it is like midnight.
God, it's not, is it?
No.
Don't panic me like that. No, it's not. No, we're good.
For the tape, Adam's just gone white because his poor wife.
We're not married. How many times? We are not married. No, I know what you mean though, and the social aspect of shows is great. So, for example, Doncaster has already been and gone, but as we record this, is still coming up. I'm looking forward to it. Number one, because I hope to have a good show, but also because I know I'm going to see a lot of people that I haven't seen since the NEC last year,
which feels like a long time ago.
It is a long time ago. A lot's happened since then. And I'll see those people. I'll have a catch up. I'll have a laugh. It's funny. My father-in-law, bless him, has been to help me pack up at a few shows over the past year. Just a huge help. But he always says you'd get packed down a lot quicker if you didn't stand around chatting to so many people. He's right, but I enjoy chatting to people, and these people are my friends now, and I love it.
When you're a people person, people make the difference.
People buy from people as well.
Yeah.
Did I save that because your waffle made no sense and you just pulled a face at yourself?
It's fine.
We're just about time for this episode. But you need to talk about something whilst I find something.
Because it is time for the highlight of the show. And it is the train joke.
It is.
That Adam hasn't found yet.
No.
And is going to find one. Would you like a suggestion?
No, I've got one.
Have you?
Yes.
Now this is going to be interesting because this is a super swift Google. No pressure.
These are not bad. No, they're not good even. What?
This is how all good jokes start.
Why was the train conductor so good at his job?
I don't know.
He had a great track record.
Ooh, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
probably
worked.
the best one on the list.
That's Christmas cracker level.
Yeah. What's a train's favourite game? Choo choo choo. That one doesn't even make sense. How do trains talk to each other? They whistle at each other. Well, that's not talking. I don't know. Well, anyway, must do better on that front, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll tell you what we've never asked is if you have a great model railway joke, send it in to...
Your Facebook group.
Yeah, my Facebook group. That'll do.
Nice save.
Yeah, the RailStuff Facebook group. You can do that.
Yes. Because we really need help in that department.
The jokes, yes.
The jokes,
yes, definitely. Shall I tell you what else we need?
Mm-hmm.
You to put that heater on for a little bit, and we'll take a break before recording episode 5. I had to look at the sheet to see what episode this was.
It's been a long night.
It has, but I'm enjoying just sitting down waffling. It's great. So thank you very much for listening. And is there anyone else who we should thank?
We should probably thank Curascale for powering this podcast, literally keeping the lights on and, well, being ever supportive of anything model railway.
Indeed. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll be back sort of next weekish with another episode.
Yeah, episode 5. Don't know what it's going to be about, but we'll see you then.
It's all right.
Bye.